Hi everyone, we are Team 5 and our topic is attack on RSA signature scheme. RSA is one of the most popular public key cryptography solution and is widely used by many web applications. It can be used for generating digital signature by simply encrypt the message with the user's private key. The security of RSA is ensured by the hardness of two problems, the integer factorization problem and the discrete logarithm problem. In this work, we will present a review on attacks on RSA's digital signature scheme to firstly review the limitation and weaknesses of this scheme, and then also guide the future research. In this report, we will demonstrate three different attacks. In the first section, we will talk about brute force attacks on RSA signature scheme, including brute forcing RSA by integer factorization. In the second section, we will talk about mathematical attacks, uh, including elementary attacks and exponent attacks. Finally, we will present side channel attacks, which bypasses the mathematical complexity of solving integer factorization and discrete logarithm while exploit other defects of RSA algorithm.
Now let's talk something about brute force attacks. The security of RSA is ensured by the hardness of integer factorization problem. The basic ideas and factors of a big integer is checking if it's a factor of the number from 1 to its square root. So its complexity for this simple algorithm is square root of the big integer. The next Pollard file algorithm is an algorithm for integer factorization. It was invented by John Pollard based on birthday paradox in 1975. It is expected that running time is proportionally to the square root of its size of the smallest prime factor of the composite number being factorized. In number theory, the general number field C is the most efficient classical algorithm known for factoring integers larger than 10 to the power of 100. Its complexity for factoring an integer is shown as a slide. The time for factorization 1024 and 2048 bits keys is expected about 3 months and 100 years, respectively, on a single CPU. The most of time is spent on saving the first step of the algorithm. When people try to break a 768 bits less RSA, it spent about 2 years in saving numbers for the algorithm. When we move on to a big picture, when quantum computer is possible in future decades, there is an algorithm that can make the time complexity of this problem into polynomial time. That is share algorithm. Share algorithm introduced a new conceptual algorithm that can reduce the time. It can be divided into two parts. The first part can be implemented on a classical computer to transfer the factoring problem to a problem of order finding. The second part is to finding the order, which is the period of a function.
In this section, we present several mathematical attacks explored from the state-of-the-art papers. The first one is elementary attacks on RSA. Elementary attacks refers to common module attacks as well as blinding attack. In common modules attack, if modules were used again and again with different public keys, the risk is very high when an adversary knows the ciphertext. It is pretty impossible that the adversary can easily get to know the message, as the example shown below. we could compute the message by extending including algorithm. And in blind signature, message is often blended before signing, and once self-reducibility feature is violated, an adversary could possibly get some important information of user's valid signature. In real cases, a simple padding schemes could resist such attack to protect users' privacy as well as the integrity of the message. Next, we talk about weak public exponent attack on RSA. Breaking an RSA using a weak public exponent E is of special meaning as it achieves fast encryption. Weak public exponent E can also be adopted when breaking RSA. For example, the smallest value of E is set to 3. By trying different key values, we could get to know the original message. However, this kind of attack can only work with small e that often applied on broadcast applications. And also about weak private exponent attacks on RSA. Cryptanalytic is hard to apply when RSA using a very large value for modules and therefore relaxed model is required to perform attacks on RSA. For example, some prior knowledge is required. And we now observe the fact that when the private exponent is smaller than 1/3 n to the power of 1/4, the modules can easily be factored in time polynomial, when phi n could be easily computed such that private key can be known.
The third type of attack I want to introduce is the side channel attack. The side channel attack is very different from the previous two attacks. It does not crack or try to find the vulnerable part of the algorithm. It focuses on the implementation of the computer system. All the information that released by the system, such as time duration, power consumption, and so on, can be used as the target of the side channel attack. Because of this, there are lots of kinds of attack which satisfy this idea. The first one I would like to introduce is called scan-based attack. The kind of set channel attack requires bits in the calculation. With specific bits appearing, certain intermediate value can be confirmed. Then the whole system can be attacked by iteration. Another attack to introduce is the famous one, which is called timing attack. It has been proposed for more than 20 years and is now an efficient way in cracking a specific RSA system. In general, the tapping attack will decompose the calculation process and gradually determine the parameters in the calculation process to attack the target system through the analysis of the operation time of the target system. Side channel attack seems pretty efficient in attacking, but it addicts to specific hardware environment. Further, some random padding can critically interrupt the accuracy of the side channel attack.
In conclusion, RSA digital signature scheme of 2048 bits is still robust to brute force without the aid of quantum computer. And mathematical attacks has significantly less time cost than brute force methods when they can be applied. Finally, we show that apart from secret keys, the hardware system and information of computing time also need to be protected. Thank you all for listening.